All right, guys. So, yeah, welcome all and thank you for your time. Understand being a weekend, you guys are taking time out for the right cause, I believe, right? So, thank you. I believe everyone here with the common goal of understanding what's up with ACAMS, what about it, how we are going to go ahead with it, and all. So, that is exactly what we are going to discuss. Uh, we have a speaker here, Mr. Shashank Dixit and Dinesh Roshnani. So, Shashank is from Bangalore. Basically, currently he is managing a fin crime department in Concentrix in Bangalore, with coming up with around 10, 12 years of experience. We have Dinesh here, along with the same, kind of same amount of years of experience. Currently, he is from Interactive Broker, and he is managing a QA department over there, or QA team lead he is. So we have two folks who has recently cleared the ACAMS. So we'll be jumping directly on topic, right, without spending much time. So we have two folks here who will be sharing their journey about how they have got a thought of doing ACAMS and how they have done it now. And I believe a lot of people we have here are ranging from multiple phases, basically, right? Somebody is still figuring things out. Somebody has figured things out now. They are on the verge of starting the preparation. Some people are in the middle of the way, and some people are about to go for the exam. Right? So we have folks across kind of range here, right, in terms of their preparation zone. So yeah, so as you all know me, Rahul Gawade. I'm basically based out in Mumbai, and I'm a ACAMS trainer. I'm a freelancer. I teach people ACAMS, and I've been doing this for 8 long years. I myself have around 13 plus years of experience in corporate, and been part of corporates like TCS, ICICI Bank, HCL, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of America, UBS, ENY. And since last year, since 2018, I've been teaching people ACAMS. These Dinesh and Shashank were my candidates who have recently cleared it. And I usually have this webinars on in terms of providing the, kind of, or spreading the awareness about what is this all about. Okay. So yeah, without spending more time from my side here, I will, I would like to, ask Mr. Dinesh or Shashank Humsar wanted to go ahead first, and they can take it over. And now we'll listen from them how they have get it done, basically, right? And then after the discussion happened, we'll be then moving on to Q&A part. So that is what the agenda for the call is, basically. All right. And first of all, thank you, Shashank, and thank you, Dinesh. Dinesh is traveling currently. Thanks for actually he's he's out on tour now. But yeah, thank you, Dinesh, for taking time out, and thank you, Shashank, as well. Maybe over to you, Dinesh. Now maybe you can take it up, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, I
we'll
can take
ask.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Thank you. First of all, thank you, Rahul, for inviting me. It is a truly honor to be here as a guest speaker. Hello, everyone. So I will start with my introduction. My name is Dinesh Rochlani, and I have been working as a quality assurance manager at Interactive Brokers almost from last 10 years. I have spent most of my career in AML, KYC, customer onboarding, regulatory compliance, and quality assurance. So recently, I achieved an important milestone by clearing the ACAMS certification in March 2026. And today, I would like to share my journey with all of you. So yeah, to be honest, my ACAMS journey was not that kind of smooth. So I will start with first. I enrolled for ACAMS in 2025 start with a lot of excitement. Like many of you, I had full-time job, family responsibilities, and several personal commitments. So as time passed, balancing everything become difficult. So and unfortunately, I couldn't even appear for the exam in 2025. So then in 2026, I got to know about Rahul from my colleagues. So I decided to give myself another chance. So that's when I joined Rahul's classes. So I can genuinely say it was a becoming a turning point for me. So how Rahul's class helped me. So what I appreciated most was not just the Rahul's cover the syllabus. So he explained every topic with practical examples from the AML and KYC industry instead of simply asking us to memorize concept. So he helped us understanding why regulation exists, how money laundering actually happens, how investigators think, how these concepts apply in our day-to-day life, day-to-day job. So whenever I had doubts, they were answered patiently by Rahul. More importantly, Rahul kept motivating us throughout the journey. So he always, everyone needs some kind of push, as we have some family responsibilities along with our job. So this is a one of the most important factor I got from the Rahul. So he always push us that you can do it. So he always motivate us with day to day lectures, so our day to day life. So my preparation, I will now start with my preparation strategy. So many people ask me that how I prepared for ACAMS. So honestly, I wasn't studying for 5 to 6 hours every day. Becoming a working professional, I focused on consistency rather than long study hours. So my approach was simple: attend every class seriously, revise regularly, and understand the concept instead of memorizing answers. So solve practice questions. So this was the one of the most important things. So you get a practice questions once you cover the syllabus. So that is the most important. So review mistakes and learn from them. So every studying 1 or 2 focused hour every day is much more effective than studying than 10 hours on a week, only on weekends. So life after ACAMS, I would say many people ask that is ACAMS worth it, that we should do it or not do it, how it affects of once you clear it. So for me, answer is absolutely yes. ACAMS has changed the way I look at financial crime. Today, when I review customer file, transaction monitoring, quality cases, I don't just look for discrepancies and errors. So I understand the risk behind them. That what is the risk behind the any money laundering, or if anything happens. So it has improved my analytical thinking and my understanding of AML regulation, and increased my confidence while discussing compliance related topic with my colleagues and compliance team. So once you are certified, so you will get some kind of motivation that now I'm clear, so I can deal with many complicated cases. So it is not just a certification, it is a knowledge that stay with you throughout your career. So to everyone preparing for ACAMS today, remember that this certification is not only about passing the exam, it is about becoming a better AML and compliance professional. So if someone like me managing a full-time job, family responsibilities could complete this journey, that then I'm confident each one of you can do it. Stay disciplined, stay consistent, and trust your mentor, and most importantly trust yourself, I would say. So this was the throughout my journey. So I am happy to answer if you have any questions. So yeah, I will pass over to Rahul.
Okay, thanks, Dinesh, for the insight. Thank you for the detailed, explanation of what exactly have you done. Now we'll, get over to Shashank. We'll have Shashank talking about his experience, and then we'll open up Q&As for both of you, including me, right? So let's hold on to some questions here, guys. If you have it for Dinesh, we'll just park it for some time, or maybe you can keep on putting your questions on the chat box. Meanwhile, then when you get something. So, and we'll be taking care of those questions in one go after we have done with Shashank's discussion. Thank you,
Uh,
Shashank. Over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Rahul. Thank you, everyone, for taking a time on Sunday morning and comes on this webinar. It's really helped you a lot, and believe me, the motivation which you are showing over there, uh, the same motivation you have to show when you are going through the ACAMS journey. So I'll just give you a brief introduction about myself. I am Shashank Dikshit. I have a 13 plus year of experience in uh, what I say in corporate, wherein my most of the experience comes from the e-commerce. I was a ex Amazonian, and then I shifted to the banking sector, the core banking sector. So I would be like, say the core example what we can do after learning the ACAMS. Yes, we can learn lots of we can run lots of projects, we can give so many ideas, and your understanding towards the money laundering would have change after clearing or after learning about the camps, I would say. Just not a certificate, and you were able to think critically. Your thinking style would have changed. Like previously, when you thinking the any case, you it would be just a red flags over there. After that, you will able to understand what exactly happened from this money when it comes from, and it goes. So these things are there. Okay, so guys, I'll just take you through the one thing, why what exactly happened when I joined the Rahul's class, and what the what is the difference, like what makes it difference, so that I'm able to understand the entire concept. So I mean, you must have see this movie Pursuit of Happiness, right? Maybe guys, let's unmute yourself and can we create this session? Yes, correct. Okay, in the Pursuit of Happiness, there is a one dialogue. Okay, when in interview panel asked the protagonist, so the person who don't have a good jacket, what it be? And the protagonist said, he might be having a good pant, right? Everyone remember this dialogue in the interview, I believe. The question comes here, why it is important, why you remember this thing, because that movie makes it in makes interesting to you, and the director makes sure every frame which you will watch, you will able to recall it, you will able to memorize. The same thing is done by the Rahul in his uh in his classes. Okay, he makes sure that every concept which he will teach, which you will see, is just not a concept, it's just a 2 hours of movie which you will understand. It's a very fun, in a in a way that able to recall it, able to understand it. Like, I will just give you an example of myself. This was my first class which I joined somewhere in 29th of August 2025. Okay, I joined 5 minutes late, and on my screen there was a one donkey was there. Okay guys, what is this donkey? And I seriously, I'm joining the right class, and that's okay, maybe I don't know. Then after the end of the class, that donkey become a mule, and the mule becomes the most important concept of the entire anti-money laundering. So this is how the things started for me. Like, for me, like, whenever I see the Rahul's class, it's all about a movie for me. And like, the good part of his entire what I say, entire training, like, whenever things are there making it difficult, okay guys, there is a one movie, you have to relate this thing is happening. And the way he makes sure that sometime we become a money launderer, sometime we become the regulatory. So these things are really helpful for me. And specifically when I was giving the exam, this I'm able to recall it again and again. Okay, this thing happened, this thing is this there, so you have to relate it. See, obviously the book is syllabus is not very huge, but yeah, the concepts are there, that you have to cover it. But if you are going to recall it, going to remember it, believe me, you are unable to do it, because there are lots of things. But when you are able to understand the concept, can uh, you can recall it, you can able to write it, you will able to explain it. So this is and again, I'm telling you, it is all about the how you grasp the knowledge, how you prove yourself. How it should be done. So thank you, Rahul, for giving. You are just not a mentor for me. You are the one like who always help me. So there is a one time I was talking to Rahul, and I asked Rahul, if there would be a doubt, what should I do? Then simply, Shashank, call me. When after that also, if I have a doubt, okay, after that also call me. So I mean, I would say, so there are two things. If there is a one doubt, talk to your mentor. After also, you have doubt, talk to your mentor. And Rahul is the guy who throughout to support me. And not only after finishing my what I say, after finishing my course, uh, because there was a 2 or 3 months gap, he makes sure, until unless I'm not appearing for the exam, he was continuously asking me, Shashank, how's the preparation going on, how's everything going, everything goes on, if there any doubt. And indeed, I had a doubt for a few topics. He asked me, Shashank, come join this particular session, you will be clear. So that's it. Thanks to you, Rahul. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Shashank, for the detailed explanation. Cool, cool. Really insightful, guys. And so these people definitely were part of my batches, and so they joined in with some doubt which they had about how to go ahead, and then that is when we started the batches, and now we have a results which you can see. Now definitely we now you guys must be having a lot of doubts about starting from what is ACAMS, or what can we do right before we go for the exam, right? So we have people ranging between these two phases. So at any point of time, whatever doubt you may have, we can queue up, and then definitely we'll take the question and answers now, right? So guys, we are open for question and answers. Please feel.
And regarding the revised thing, okay, so to be very frank, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Dinesh, that just before one day of the exam, reading, revising, and anything would have nothing is gonna help you. It will be just give you the anxiety. It's better close your book, aram say, chill with your friends, maybe have a chai at Tapri. If you are a smoking person, have a smoke and chat. That's done, because nothing gonna help me. Nothing gonna help you. And for the third question, Dinesh, I think you are the one who can answer it better.
you cannot revise day before everything, right? So when I was my exam was suppose on 27, so on 26 I cannot revise everything in a day one, right? So once you are confident, so you need not to worry about revise and everything. So once you are confident, just go for it, I would say.
Okay, cool, cool. Thanks for the insight. And Jaydeep, let me also rephrase or rebrief about this part. Questions wherein we have a straightforward answers, true or false. For example, what is something which is correct out of given options. So there will be a direct questions, but not at that much of maybe around 10 to 15%, which I can see. Now this is the statistical data which I'm putting it here. Basis my 8 years of long journey in terms of lot of people have how you should be taking care of the questions, how you should be taking care of options as well. Because ACAMS is the tricky exam. It will give you a simple question, but the options will trick you, or otherwise maybe, right? It's a tricky exam for sure. So you have to be very patiently reading these questions. Okay. If you calculate, just do a simple math of dividing the number of question with the number of minutes. Around one point, around one, around let's say 1 minute 45 seconds precisely you get for every single question. Just a normal way. But how you should be tackling those times in your actual exam of 3.5 hours, something we should be discussing towards the end of our journey, Jay. Okay, or right before the candidate goes for the exam, I usually have one separate session about discussing exam strategy as a whole. About the thing which you asked about preparation part, as Jaydeep, as Dinesh said correctly, that you will be having so basically you cannot revise the whole thing in one day for sure. We are talking about 550 long pages plus some additional document which I usually share. Now here what happens, you have to keep on consistently reading this part. At the end of the day, I don't expect you to jump on 550 pages. Not practically possible, right? Do highlights, which will help you. Maybe which will cut down your 550 pages to 100 pages now. All right. I hope that answers all the three questions, Jaydeep. Thank you for the
Yeah,
questions.
thank you for.
Yes, we can go ahead and discuss some next pointers or next question if you may have, guys. Any further question, guys?
Okay. So guys, if there is, I have something to tell you over there again. Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes,
okay.
please.
Uh, Motivation, when we are motivated enough for the exam, like when I joined in Bangalore, like I was handling right now I'm handling a team of 35 plus FTs, and this is our core operation is for the transition monitoring. I thought, like I have to go for the ACAM certification, I will go this for I was motivation too high. Okay. But the thing is that the motivate faded away after a few days or few weeks. Okay. You have to make sure when you are motivated enough, you have to jot it, you have to cut it down in a way that it becomes your discipline. When you make sure it is your discipline, like if you says, the way on every Monday or the every Tuesday you go to the mandir or you go to the church or you go to the masjid or wherever you go, the same discipline if you have for the ACAMS, believe me, ACAMS would be yours. You have to have it. That 2 hours of discipline, this makes you feel that you are doing something. After coming to the office, you have to do it, like there should be no shortcut. I mean, believe me, sir, guys, hard work is always paid off, but the consistency should be there. And if you are consistent enough, just 2 hours every day, there might be a scenario, wherein you have to go for some party. Your friends might have calling, bhai, please let's go, today is Friday, there is a big off and all. Dude, if you have to do it, just 2 hours, and make sure, whenever you feel low, just think about that day when you would be clearing the accounts. And believe me, the day I cleared the accounts, my first call was to Rahul, ye ho gaya yaar, it is done. That happiness, that's just one single case that you successfully pass. And the time you submit your last click na submit your exam, okay, the time it got appear that you passed the exam, that's journey. I mean, I would say you all must have passed the plus 2 and the plus 10 exam, the most difficult one, because that was the first time we appeared in the board. The same feeling you would be getting it, and believe me, that is a priceless feeling. Please be away from the negativity, at least for those months when you are preparing for it, because there would be at times, people, what would be happening, there would be some colleagues of you or some friends of you, bhai usko to jab bolo that he is continuously studying and all, away from all of it. You have to do it. You have to do it. Okay, there is no shortcut. Just away from all the negativity, there might be some things would be going on, and if you are a family person, things would be going on. I know, specifically for me, yes, I am staying alone in the, what is it, in Bangalore. My family is in Delhi. So for me, yes, I have. It is very easy to say, but yes, there are lots of things happened that time. I said, okay, I'll talk to you after my ACAMS. After my ACAMS, so once I done the ACAMS exam, I answered all those questions. But yes, before that, I am busy. I'm not going to anywhere. Everything is done. First, I'll clear this, then I'll do this. It's the same, like, like we have this Akhand Ramayana ka part. Just think about it. This is a one 108 Akhand Ramayana ka part, and you have to do it. So that's it. That is the only solution. You have to study.
Right, rightly said, Shashank. And if I remember correctly, even I have done the same thing when I was preparing for my exams, right? All the social media apps, including your e-commerce,
Correct,
because
correct.
e-commerce is
I
also kind of.
Yes.
I know you are from e-commerce. I shouldn't be bad mouthing about e-commerce here, but when you okay, let's not talk about Instagram or Facebook and
I have
Snapchat.
installed Instagram.
Let's talk about Flipkart and Amazon. Even if you open those applications now, you keep on scrolling sometimes, right? Of what you are going to buy and what not. So try to be away from all those
Yes.
time-consuming or kind of diversion which you are looking at here. So for a short term, right? For a month or two till the time you are getting yourself prepared, and then get back to it. It's a normal life. Then we definitely have just because this exam is something as we talked about, both the factors about the preparation part and the monetary part, right?
Yeah.
So both are in heavy and the context as well of the whole exam basically. So everything is kind of on a higher budget, right? Not only in terms of monetary, but the time which you are going to spend over there, the amount of mental investment which you are going to do over there and all that. So like do it wisely for a shorter duration, do it wisely and get over with it, right? It's a matter of time, maybe a couple of months. Dedicate yourself and then get over with that part. So
Correct.
thank you for those insight. I guess we have a question from Kalpana ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Uh, Hello, Rahul. Hello,
Thank
Shashank and Dinesh. First of all, thanks, Rahul, for this session, arranging this session.
you,
It's
ma'am.
really useful input for us, for the people who are, preparing. So it's really thank you, thanks a lot.
Thank you for joining
And
in.
Shashank and Dinesh, congratulations. It's a great job that you have done. As you rightly said, with work, with family, it's not easy. But I have a question for the preparation part. How many days did you dedicated, when you know, like you're ready for the exam, and how many days exactly did you put your hard work, core hard work, and if and in the day also, how many hours did you put consistently, as rightly said, how many hours? We have to be practical, so also with all the work, and it's not going to be easy, but how many of course we have to extract time, so how much time and you could put it, so that would be useful for us.
So
Any of you can go ahead.
I
Yeah.
can go it. Yeah.
Yeah.
First, I will share my experience. So yeah, after joining the Rahul's classes, so I would say on a daily basis, I used to give minimum 1 hour on a daily basis, and on weekends I used to give 3 to 4 hours, I would say. And if you will give 1 or 2 hour on a daily basis for 3 and 4 months, so that's enough, I would say. You don't need anything more about that. So 1 or 2 hour on a daily basis for 3 months, I would say that's enough, and it is possible in in this way.
Ah, okay, okay. Thank you, Dinesh. And Shashank, how could
Okay.
you could allocate?
Okay. So as I told you, like it actually takes me 9 months to do the complete study for about the camps. Okay, but as you mentioned, what about dedicated time? So dedicated time is like in somewhere in March, not in February, I realized, see, this is the time I am ready and I have to go for the revision one more time. So what I used to do, I take all off, like every Friday I take off with my week off from my office. So 4 weeks, 4 weeks continuously I got a three like 16 hours on every week, like 8 hours I used to study. Okay, so this time I got it, and after that, before the exam, I take 10 days of leave. Okay, so that continuously I revised each and everything, and that's how I give the exam. And one trip is tip is there, like in your mirror. Okay, like the place which is very common, which you pass every time, just write it down. There are few scams and all, so it will actually help you to recall those wordings, those jargons, to understand. Because in camps they won't be asking you very simple, okay, tell me about this thing is happening. They will simply ask you in the kickback scan something is happening like this. Okay, so these things actually help you.
Well, thanks for the
Yeah,
insight.
yeah, Rahul. One more
Thank
thing I would
you.
like to, yeah, one more thing I would like to cover, Rahul. So everyone asked me that how was the exam, how you did it, that how was the question. So the one strategy I would say, the personally I have advised to my friends, my colleagues, and everyone who is preparing for the ACAMS is, so you will get 70% of the questions on a scenario based, that you are a compliance officer, this happens, this happened. So I would say you will get, in some questions you will get 4 to 5 options, 6 options also. Okay, so you have to eliminate the incorrect answers, incorrect options. So this was the strategy I personally applied. So once you, it is a bit more time taking, I would say, but you will be 100% correct. Suppose you are getting a question that something happens, you are a compliance officer, so what will be the your action? So you will get a 4 or 5 option. So the strategy I applied personally, I try to eliminate that, the thing which is not possible, I would say. So I personally applied this. The remaining option, I got it. Suppose 2 options I got it. So again, I read 2 options, that are they really meaningful, impactful as a compliance officer if I am. So then I'm 100% confident. And trust me, I didn't get a chance to revise all the attempted questions. So time got and I would say, okay, so I just submitted it and I got a more than 80 percentage, I would say. So it is a bit more time taking consuming strategy, but if you will apply it, so definitely you can do it, I would say. There is, see, if you will revise again that what you have submitted, so you will start from the question one again and again once complete the exam. Suppose if you have a 30 more minutes extra, right? So if you will go again, so you will be confused on a some time, that your scenario will be changed, right? Your mind will be changed, I would say. So don't go again once you have submitted the question, I would say. Yeah.
I attempt the Rahul's question after covering all the like after completing all the ACAM syllabus and all, the first what I say, the first chapter, I got only 57.3% marks. I still remember it. I just wrote it down over there, 57.3. It was that much difficult because the question they asked, he asked in the exam, it is actually tricky one. But again, those questions helped me a lot because I know what is the difficulty label, how to do it. And again, the best part is that the question he has asked it the most trickiest way he used. So obviously in your exam, when it comes, I know, okay, what is the answer of this particular question and what is the answer of that question. So that is how I prepared, and that's how that question paper helped me. So if someone thinks that, what we are doing with the mock test, no, mock test is really important. And as someone said, अगर चांद तक पहुंचने की कोशिश नहीं करोगे तो 10 मंजिल तक भी नहीं पहुंच पाओगे. The same thing is, Rahul, make sure with this book that make that set of questions, go the hardest way possible, and when the question actual mock test will come, you will like actual test will come, you will able to crack it. So
Thank you so much, Shashank, Dinesh, and Rahul. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for the question, and I would like to add something as well from all the from all the questions which you asked. So first thing first, about the timeline which you asked, right? About how what is the time which you have to go for. So I'll also share my example about that, like they always say that learn from others' mistakes, right? So I'm sharing you what mistake I have done, and then you can learn. So I am the person who started the journey of ACAMS when I got to know first about ACAMS in 2015 when I joined TCS in FinCrime, where we used to work for HSBC client, transaction modeling and all. That time I heard about ECAN. Before that, I was part of Indian banking, branch banking. And that is when it triggered me, okay, something which is there, which is at a global standard level, which is getting recognized. But that time, it was not first at all. Who knew ACANS was there at first place? Like, at least even, person like me was not for, for sure. But it was not, like in India, so it was not much of a fuzz of ACAMS, if I'm not wrong, back in time. I'm talking about 2015, 2017, 2018. That is when I got to know 2016 I decided that okay, let's go for it, let's try it out first of all. But life happens, right? And then we do not have every, we will not get any single week or any single month of our life where we are actually free to do something. we have to take our time. Everyone has 24 hours. We have to take some time out. Out of that only we have to dedicate something, which I started late after wasting my one whole year. And then I also prepared for 5 6 months consistently. Like, after I come back from office, I used to work in Bangalore back in time. So I used to say electronics. So after I come back home, and then I used to sit there for 1 hour in the evening time. And that is how I was consistent for. So yes, consistency, because you cannot gulp all the content in one go for sure, right? Because it's a huge content which you're looking at here. So spend your time on daily basis. Within 2 to 3 months, it's done and dusted, right? So that is what even I would recommend you, as Dinesh rightly said, do it in bits and pieces. All right, cool. Yes, strongly to the people that just rely on the book, guys. We have multiple other shortcuts nowadays available. You put a PDF, you go to Notebook LM, you go to GPT, no matter what, you might be knowing multiple more AIs than me, definitely rely on that. I mean, you can use that as a supplemental document, but do not get yourself out of the zone from main ACAMS book. Always circle back to the main ACAMS book, because, as I mentioned, something which we call as the Bible, Quran, or Bhagavad Gita, whatever you guys refer to, but refer that book itself, the main book, right? About the mock questions, I usually recommend people to jump on the mock questions when they have read the content at least once, a whole content. I do not used to give the mock questions at all before I finish my whole batch, but I understand the curiosity of people might be having, because more people are focused on how much we are getting. So yes, we have to understand, before we reach to that question and answers. First of all, we have to understand how much we have read. As I mentioned, the question will revolve around multiple topics combined together. So if you are just done with first chapter, you are left with three more chapters yet to go for, and then you are jumping on the mock questions directly. Mock questions will not give you a right impression about your knowledge, because you are not consumed that knowledge at first place. The third chapter, the three chapters are just still to go for. So hold on to that part with respect to mock questions. First of all, get yourself prepared. Now, finally, when we're done with that part, we are reaching to the mock questions. I usually give 500 questions as a mock, given in the class marker portal, which will be given login to and all little later after we are done with chapter one sessions. So that time, I usually recommend people to at least go for 85 to 90 percentage over there. So, and as Shashank has also said correctly, in the first attempt, when he has scored, he got around 50-55% or 56%, right? That is exactly what happens, and that is absolutely okay to happen, because again, I'm not saying that is a benchmark to happen, but even if you are scoring half of it now, so the whenever I'm asking people to go for any mock questions as a first step, that step is just to judge how your staircase looks like, right? Basically, it is just to make sure that how what all you have done and how well you have to prepare more, because after your first mock questions or mock test, you will understand what are things which you have missed while while you have read the topic at first place. And then when you do your rereading again, when you are circling back to mock questions, around 80-85% something which I expect people to have in the mock questions, because when you are getting 80 to 85 percentage over there, that is when somewhere we can land in ACAMS at around 63 plus percentage, which is 63 percentage which I'm talking about, right? Which is a passing score for ACAMS. So we have to keep a 20-25% buffer here before we actually go for it. Buffer in the sense on the definitely on the higher side. So in our mock questions, around 80-85% is something which or 90% is something which I expect people to go for. Definitely we cannot strive for 100% correctness. It's okay. It's a ACAMS, right? It's not something which is a small booklet we are referring to. So 80-85% something which will help us stand in a good position for us to now apply for the ACAMS, and still we will be preparing for next few days or few weeks as well. Pay focus on this topic, because this is one of the favorite topic which has come to multiple people, let's say. So basically the feedback, not the question, but the feedback which we have got, that about this topic is important, that topic is important. Pay focus on that topic while we are going through the session as well. And I also ask people to underline this thing, that thing, from the at the point when I'm delivering the session. But when you're reading it out, as I mentioned, you can also convert your 550 pages to 100 pages basis your own pointers, because you can get the short notes via via any AI tool nowadays. They can convert 550 to 100 pages. But when you are doing yourself, how have you cut down this one page to 3 lines or 4 lines. And when you read those 3 lines on by yourself, then you will remember the whole page, rather than some GPT is giving you that three important pointers. You will not remember what was before that, and what was after that. And we cannot ideally be relying on that three pointers. That will be very risky thing to take or to go for at first. I'm not saying do not do it, but keep this as a base, as a main ACAMS book as a base. All right, this is about the notes and the underlying points, Jay. Cool. Thanks for the input here. Yes, again about the questions and all, right? As one point Shashank has clearly mentioned that you will get n number of questions, guys. Just Google ACAMS mock questions. You'll get list of links where you can pay and get the questions. Do not rely on such commitment that somebody is providing you the questions of ACAMS. The reason I'm saying this because I've been serving this industry for 8 long years now, and I've been dealing with this thing. Again, this question which even we have it in portal is something which has been created basis some situations, basis some which I have got it from Google and all. But I have picked those questions handpicked. Now you can see many questions, 2000, 3000 question people go for. Again, there is no limits, right? Sky is the limit for the mock questions to appear and all. But what I would recommend here is whenever, no matter how much questions answer which you or mock questions which you are going for, try to understand how well you have done it. If you have scored 50, or let's say if you have gone for 50 questions, out of 50 questions, how much you have got correct? How have you got it correct because you knew the thing, or was it correct by fluke? First thing to tap back, right? Which I'm open at any point of time because as I always tell to people, I cater to the people across countries, across world, right? So we have a people tapping me over the period of night as well or in the early morning as well. So I'm at times available. Whenever I'm available, I do respond as soon as possible. Sometimes the same time also I respond, right? So do not worry about mock questions while the preparation is going on. First of all, get over with the preparation as a whole and then circle to mock question because that will only give you right information about how well you have studied. I hope that answers the question, Basmin. Okay. Uh, yeah. So now we have. Will first. I see Ashish have raised hand. I'll just take care of the questions in the chat box first. Okay.
Right. And again, one more thing I would like to add, Ishita, over there. It's always good to see your name somewhere on the internet. When your recruiter, your employer will see, okay, where is Ishita Goel? Okay, I'll check whether it is not. Your name would be visible on the ACAMS website. So that makes a good thing. And as Rahul said, yes, indeed, it is a return. You will be getting a good return, and it will give you authenticity of your work.
Now we have a question from Marina. Can you please briefly explain how ACAMS eligibility credits are calculated? Do they count branch banking expense? Yes, they do count branch. So it is a financial institution we are talking about where you are working in a branch banking. So definitely it counts. We have list of categories of the segment over there. When consulting counts, okay, like I was part of EY, for example, or I was part of TCS, I was part of SCL on their payroll, but I was catering to FinCrime department. So it does count. So yes, it does, it gets count. Total you need to have 40 points. How does 40 points gets calculated now? 20 points is for the graduation, which people do have for sure when they're going for the financial domain. Second is about, so this graduation will give you 20 points. Then we have a, if at all you have done a post graduation or any MBA, that will give you 10 more points. If not, every single years of experience in financial domain will give you 10 points. So suppose if you are having 2 years of experience in branch banking itself, you are sorted with that credit points. All right, are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Marina? Okay, cool. Um, okay, and
Ashish.
I guess we have Ashish in queue now.
Yeah.
Yes, Ashish, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Rahul. First of all, congratulations, Dinesh and Shashank, for completing ACAMS. Dreams comes true. And thank you, Rahul, for keeping these kind of sessions. It is really
Thank you.
motivating for us.
Thank you.
My question is, Shashank, that book is enough, or have you gone through any other reference material?
Okay. Guys, okay, book is indeed enough. There's no problem in it, but yes, I go with the one reference material, and the reference material name is Rahul Gawade, who actually helped me. Okay, he's my reference point over there. Okay, please help me with this particular part. So everything which comes in a book, that is the only thing. And indeed, yes, you have to have understanding of other patriot act and this thing is not very vastly covered in this thing, but you should know everything in depth as ACAMS wanted this thing from their candidates. So for this, yes, you have to use some Patriot X material and FATF materials, which you will get it from the Rahul. So that is it. There is nothing it, and rest everything is on your creativity. How well you will create your own notes and all. And Rahul is always there. So I would say yes. For me, my reference material is Rahul, and whenever I required Rahul ko, I used to call him, I used to voice message him. And guys, one more thing, don't worry about the time. This guy is 24 into 7 available. I don't know when at what time he slept, but whenever I was after 1 or 2 hours, he got a reply.
Indeed,
Okay.
indeed, Shashank. That I
Yes,
also experienced that. Just ask question and the that voice message comes with the
yes,
answer. Indeed.
Yeah, sometimes
And second thing,
sometimes I want to be busy, so I don't chat much. So I at times respond via voice notes. But yeah, I do. Thank you, Shashank, and thank you for the question, Ashish.
okay,
Yes, a question. Like as I mentioned, right, you will be getting a lot of questions, and as I mentioned earlier as well, that do not rely if somebody is saying that these are the question which pops up in the exam. Do not rely on that part, to be honest, because that will only hamper your own preparation and the actual ultimate goal of getting it over with, right? So do not rely or do not fall for that. If somebody is giving you something for money, I conduct sessions, I talk about concepts. Mock questions is only there to judge, how well you have studied, not with the preparation of helping you understand what your exam will have. Okay. So we are skipping this thing off with the proper rationale, which I just mentioned. Let's go on to the other point. What topics which you find very important? Shashank and Dinesh maybe can answer this in your examination. What are things which you felt? What topics were more focused? And again, it will also change or vary candidate to candidate because ACAMS has huge amount of wealth of questions. They keep on evolving. They keep on changing it as well, right? So somebody, let's say you talk to 10 different people, 10 different people give you 10 questions. Let's say you have 100 questions over there. You will not get anyone out of it, maybe. You will get different 120 questions altogether. Something which has been happening, something which I have been seeing for 8 long years. So in that context, I usually recommend people to not to rely on anyone who says this is the question which will pop up. But yeah, topic, definitely we can have the discussion.
having the good score in the exam. So that's how I started my that's how I prepared myself. Then again the same thing. So one fine day I asked, I just out of blue actually, like after completing my training, I used to ask some 1 or 2 questions to the Rahul and just away from the entire preparation. Then out of blue some 1 month after 1 month I just came, Rahul, I wanted to know for the chapter one more time. Okay, there's a one batch is going on, please join, you can have it. So this is the flexibility which I got from the Rahul's training, and which actually helped me a lot. So guys, if you want to focus more on the chapter one, okay, and read more and more.
Thank you, Shashank, for joining in and giving all the insights. And thank you, guys, as well, right? All of you who have joined in. And do reach out to me, guys, as well, right? If at all you have any kind of preparation going on, or if you need any kind of further help and all, please do reach out to me. First of all, the great insight which these people have shared, right? Something which a live example, which a lot of things which we can take it out of this webinar, which I can say now, and implement those things as well, which will help you in the long run. If you are looking for some guidance in terms of the whole ACAMS preparation, I have my batches starting from around 6. So I have 2 batches now starting from from 6th of July and from 11th of July. So I believe you can see it on my screen now. So these are the 2 batches which we have upcoming. 6th July batch is a weekdays batch, and 11th July batch is a weekend batch. So it's there on my LinkedIn wall as well, as you can see. This information is present on my LinkedIn wall as well. When I believe a lot of people are already connected with me on the LinkedIn, or it's on my WhatsApp, or I keep on sharing this on group. So do let me know. Do reach out to me if you wanted to go ahead with the training part and all. We can discuss on that front. And then when you wishes to go ahead with the batch, but batches are always upcoming. So just a heads up here, and this information is like always available on the chat box or on the WhatsApp chat on the LinkedIn and all. So please do reach out and let me know if you have any further doubt, guys. Okay. Thank you for joining in again, and thank you guys. I hope and wish you all the best for your ACAMS preparation journey. Thank you, Shashank, for joining in.
Okay, thank you all for giving me the
Thank you, guys.
opportunity to to share my insight, and thanks to everyone asking questions, and you can get it more, and thanks a lot for giving us a time, and please do well. Make sure your motivation. I always remember motivation fades away, but discipline always remember. Make sure that you are disciplined enough. Always 2 hours every day. You will pass your ACAMS. Okay. Wish you all the